Hello. Hi. Welcome to OK Aussie. And my autistic's broken.
Two people.
She's feeling a little bit peoply. Let's find out why.
Twice.
You have. You're a bit emotionally dysregulated.
You told me to shut up, so I cried.
I didn't mean it like that.
Sorry, still hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry.
But basically, everyone tells me off.
How are you feeling with that?
I think that people forget I'm autistic.
What? You're autistic?
Yeah, people forget.
You don't look autistic.
I'm just taking antics, sorry.
Uh-oh. Anti-nausea. Here we go. We're going into evening routine.
I'm not having a pre-ectal meltdown, am I?
Yes.
Oh, well.
I think she might
No,
be.
anyway.
It could be. Dyan is autistic if you're new to the channel, by the way. ADHD, OCD, Tourette's, lots of different seizure types, all because of 22q and 1.2 deletion syndrome.
Stop!
Okay.
People!
It is. I can give you a hug, but I can't get close to you.
No, I don't want a hug.
I know.
I want people to stop telling me how to behave. I know. I've got total control of my life.
You have. Are you in any pain at the moment, Baba?
I think so.
Okay. Are you comfortable?
I've got my shit together, but people keep telling me what to do because I'm an autistic. It's like, there's your friend. No, that's your friends.
Did you hear them?
They just flew past.
It's the
The
crows.
party's that way. You're missing out.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Do you want me to open the door?
No. Seriously. All right, let's get down and have a conversation about this because it's a bit peoply. There's things going on.
I'm sick of being told what to do just because I don't always get everything right. That doesn't mean that you can say to me, right, you have to be neurotypical around me. No, I don't. If I'm doing the best I can, that's good enough.
I think so too, actually.
Absolutely.
Don't you?
And everybody that actually I get along with lets that happen.
Yeah. So you feel sometimes, a lot of the times, bossed around.
Yeah, simply because I'm just different. It's like
It's okay to be different.
I'm not, like, people mistake me for things, I think.
So a lot of assumptions.
Like, they think that I need something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't need anything. It's like, I don't know what they're saying, but they're reading me wrong.
Okay, can I read you for a moment? I'm noticing, let's touch you, right here, your furrowed in your brow. Do you have a headache?
No.
Okay. But you seem to be holding tension there then. Understanding your body language. Is it the topic that's making you feel that way?
Oh, I'm trying to shut him down because now you're shutting me down.
No, I don't want to shut you down. Keep talking about it. I'm just checking in on you, that's all.
Oh, I'm losing words when you do that.
I'm sorry. Let's focus and concentrate because you are emotional and it is stressful. You're upset.
Because I'm just me. I'm happy.
I love you.
I'm doing
you
fine. I don't know why people like
Mm-hmm.
keep telling me like, oh, I should be doing other things. It's like, no, I've chosen what I'm doing.
Correct. Let's talk about some of the things around that because that might actually help create context for the people who are at home wondering why is Dyan feeling like this
He
particular
told me
right
to
now.
shut up. That's what
That
started
was one thing, but this may have been the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yes.
Do you like that analogy? Why do camels have straws?
I don't get it.
We haven't gone back to look at the other thing that you didn't get either. We need to still
Why
do
would
that.
a last straw break a camel's back?
All these weird analogies. Human language, it's so weird. But it was the last action, so what it means was weight bearing.
Yeah, I know that bit, but I don't know. I know that it's the last thing that makes everything goes wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what it actually means.
Well, what it means in context for that one, just to give you an
I don't
understand.
really care about the camel.
But camels have feelings
I
too.
don't care.
Okay, so you have been feeling a lot of pressure from authoritative people,
Yes.
giving you a lot of instructions or directions. You've also had a lot of
Can I
new
live in
people.
Star Trek world?
What? Of course you
They
can.
explain everything.
Beam
Do
me
you
up to the
notice
ship,
that?
Scotty.
But they talk very well together.
Yeah.
Do you notice
They
that?
do dialogue well, don't they?
Yes.
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 Have you noticed?
Oh, I do.
Can't the world be a little bit more like that? I'm getting a Star Trek t-shirt soon. Anyway.
She's been on the line.
It's still not
She's
making
ordered
me
one.
happy though.
That's okay. It will come with time. But
It's
I
a
think
bit like,
accumulatively there's a lot
Sheldon
going
Cooper.
on.
You could sing soft
From the
kitty,
Big
warm
Band.
kitty, little ball of
I've
fur,
done
and
that
I
before
still
to
won't
her.
smile.
Sometimes things are not smilable moments.
This isn't a smilable moment.
Sometimes when you're realising that, hey, life sucks and it's not fair and it's a lot more difficult than maybe neurotypicals have to experience.
Like, I'm having to live in a world where people treat me my chronological age, and I'm not.
50, but you're not really neurologically.
And that is
neuropsychology.
disrespected.
20.
And because it's disrespected,
Yeah.
I mean, it's even got to the point where a lot of this pressure too is, it could cause my death.
Absolutely.
It could actually kill me.
Stress.
No,
Undue
like,
pressure.
just like the system,
Oh,
and,
the system component.
you know, fighting for different things and
Yeah.
rights and all the rest of
Yeah,
it,
human rights, disability
and
rights,
just to be
medical
treated
rights, yeah.
for being an autistic.
Mm.
In Australia, it's just, they treat us disgustingly. And look, I kind of get why. Like, I don't like a lot of disabled people's behaviour, but that's not
But
me.
take that away. It's.
I should be judged for only my behaviour.
But let's be clear on it. It's not so much, and it's nothing to do with the disability. It's the behaviour of the person.
Personality.
So regardless of what they are,
People.
from nationality, culture,
It
creed,
doesn't
whatever
matter.
else, it's
If
the
you behave
behaviour,
badly, then you should get what you get.
Yeah. And
But
you
I don't.
No, and you say disability in that context because unfortunately you're around a lot of people because you've been put into that box of disability, and some of those people are misbehaving. So just to put
Yes.
context to that, yeah.
And it's not my
So that
fault.
means invading your space, putting expectations upon you, demands upon you, crowding you,
They're
taking your
still
time
you,
up,
my
stealing
carer.
your
Like,
carer.
it's like, excuse me, I don't ever go up to your carers and go, hey carers, can you come and help me with this, or can you, that's just,
Taking advantage.
like I said to you before, like, I feel like, I said this to him before, if I did some of the things that people do to me,
Absolutely.
I'd get an absolute
Absolutely.
bundle of swear words.
I get it.
Okay?
It doesn't work
I'm
both
always
ways,
the bigger,
right?
better person, and I'm sick of it today.
You're allowed to be sick of it today.
Don't want
The
to play
bigger
today.
and better. You're a little bit small.
Don't want to play today.
You don't have to play. You'd have to play every day. Some days you need space.
I've got a lot of things that I'm facing,
Yeah.
and like I said, if I don't win my battle with these things I'm facing,
Yeah.
I could die. So
Yeah.
I don't need any help. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
happy.
Okay.
I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to
That's
be
good.
doing what I'm doing.
Your routines.
And people just seem to see me differently. It's like, just because I'm not showing something you think that's normal,
Yeah.
I
So one
don't
of
even know what
So
I'm going to
let
explain.
me explain a
here.
little bit. Part of this comes into play when there are new people that cross into Dyan's sphere of existence. So when they come into the environment and they identify that you're autistic, and females do this quite commonly, they
think
take
I'm
advantage
lost.
of the social
I'm not
communication,
lost. I know exactly where
and
I
they
am.
might impose their belief systems, their thoughts. They might give advice. Now, the advice might be good, but it doesn't mean it's warranted. Doesn't mean it's asked for. It doesn't mean it suits. Yeah, for example, Dyan's a person who's studied immensely in the area of things like psychology.
Well, I'm just a believer of everyone is the power of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't cross that. Like, you can set your boundaries of people coming into your world, you know, and you've got to still do that respectfully.
Mhm.
Like, if someone comes into your world and you're like, hey, you're crossing my boundaries because you're disrespecting my rules, then you're allowed to say,
Absolutely.
no, you've
That's
disrespected
boundaries.
these rules, you can't do that anymore.
Do you find people
but what
don't listen
I'm
to
saying
you?
is, they never listen to me.
Right.
They never listen to me.
And I hear you
They
say,
listen to you.
I know, and there's a difference there Because I
Makes
hear
me
you say
resent
the.
you.
I know, and that's not fair on me or you. in
No,
that case as well.
but it
But
does
I
make
hear
me.
you say the words, and just because I say the exact same words, I will get a different response or action taken. Maybe I appear more authoritative. Maybe I appear more threatening because I'm a male or a male voice, or seen as being a person who's more in charge. Okay.
No, because you're
Doesn't
not
mean it should be the case.
disabled. That's the
Bingo.
thing. Whether
Disabilities
people
do
are
get taken
disabled or
advantage of.
not, I'm still being judged of. Oh, everyone thinks that I'm this person to tell what to do. Where does this come from? Is it on my forehead? Is it written there?
No.
I've never asked anyone my whole life, ever since I was a child, to tell me what to do.
So here comes,
Never have I done
some
that.
feedback.
I'm an
hold on.
independent, strong woman.
She is. Give a big thumbs up to that. But I'd love to hear some of your comments and thoughts and suggestions, comments below. But here's some things are a takeaway. First of all, in medical, for example, we talk about medical misogyny because there is a very male attitude to behaviour. And then we also talk about ego. Some doctors, specialists, can have an ego and they talk down, not with you
I'm
in
not
the
talking
communication.
about them.
No, but I'm
used
just
to
saying,
them
giving
being
examples.
rude.
But then there's also these stereotypes that come around. A person might come in and go, "Oh, you're such a little girl because you have
Fuck off.
teddies or pink or
Fuck off.
That's right.
Fuck off.
But
Fuck off.
do they, and does that
Fuck
shape
off.
their ability? They hear the word autism and they go, "Oh, you must be mental then. You mustn't be able to. Should I speak
put it under
slower and louder to you?" Do you know what I'm
Someone
saying?
did that to me once. But you know what? No, they did. But it's not under mental health. So
I know it's
stop
not.
putting it under mental health,
That's
people. 'Cause
misconceptions on their
that's a
side.
misconception. But yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I do.
Because
Okay.
why does the same person, if you say the exact same thing and I say the same
have-
thing, listen to me?
I have deficiencies, and it must be accepted. Okay, and I can do no better than what I'm doing,
Yeah,
and I don't give
accommodations.
a fucking shit.
Amen to
I
that,
don't
sister.
care. I have studied, worked hard,
Done your best.
done my
at all
childhood
times.
hard to be the person that I am today, and only 1/5 of my people have children and get married and do any of the things that I've done.
Through
And
all
I
that
can't
adversity.
believe that all of the things that I've overcome, and even when I've spoken to my children about this and they don't see this strong woman, I'm so angry as a woman that I have done so many things that so many women cannot even do.
Absolutely.
And no one has ever seen me as a strong woman because I'm disabled.
That's disgusting.
And it makes me
But
angry.
I do
Because
agree.
I'm a
You're
strong
allowed to be.
fucking
You know what?
person.
You should be angry because I agree. I've seen it. And this is what comes back
I'm
to
strong.
those
I don't know
analogies.
what people are seeing. What body language, what behaviour are you seeing? Because I am strong.
Yeah, I get that, sweetie.
Are they blind? Deaf?
Done.
Or are they doing it on purpose because is this the game thing again? Is this people going, I want you to feel less than me, so I'm just going to make things up that you're not good at, even if you are strong and I'm seeing that you're strong. Is that what it is?
That's an aspect and an element to it, and it does actually occur for sure. And I'm sorry, and I see that because I'm seeing interactions. So particularly, you'll get that if you're interacting with other females, particularly if they're new interactions and relationships. There's a power dynamic that also comes into play. Trying to create, let's use that alpha-beta sort of role, that alpha stance of who has dominance in the relationship, who's controlling. Also their own self-esteem
No one
issues.
dominates this fucking
No.
relationship, do they?
No, they do not. I'm
No.
so submissive to her.
Shut the fuck up.
I love you. She's such a cheeky little bitch. But
Don't worry, he can slap me too.
the self-esteem issues of other people or their own inadequacies may come out in what they're trying to elucidate. They're trying to get from you, and they'll manipulate to get from you, and it takes from you. One of the things I see a lot in sometimes your relationships is what I call the 80-20 rule. Relationships should be a balance, an equality, give and take. But suddenly it swings quite commonly to people domineering and taking more
But
from you.
like being a late diagnosed and untreated autistic, even though they all knew I was special needs, they all knew there was something wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not like, look, I'm not Asperger's, I'm not high functioning, I'm
I don't
nothing
use
like
that word anymore. Yeah.
So basically, guys, when I was young, they knew something was wrong. It wasn't like some kids who sort of like were perceived as being okay, but they weren't, and they got through.
Yeah, they knew
I was quite
clearly
significantly
compared to your
bad.
cohort. Yep.
Okay, so I was severely monitored because I needed to be. And it's like I've worked hard to get where I have, and I just don't get it.
No, I can see you don't.
I
Because you don't think it's fair. It's
I've
not
worked
equal.
hard.
You've earned
What
your
else do
stripes.
you want from me? Like the fact that I'm meant to be under permanent guardianship before 18.
Yep, for your condition
18 for my condition.
Yep, directed.
I am not meant to be doing life alone ever.
No, you should be supported with your condition and protected. Yep.
And the fact that I have at times, and I might have to in the future if there was a worst case scenario, and that I would do it really well, makes me mad that people think that I'm not capable.
Well, you're certainly very capable. I absolutely categorically know that. And I think a lot of people out there also
really
see
hurts my
that.
feelings.
And that's
People
okay.
don't know my 50 years. Do you know my 50 years?
Of your
No, you don't know
achievements.
my 50 years. Some of you have watched my channel for a while. You might have seen some
Heard some
stories.
Yeah.
You might have watched my life story, but even that doesn't hold everything in it. I can't fit it all in. It's not a book, right? But otherwise, people don't know me.
But let's have a look at that. Does someone need to know your entire history? So here's a couple of examples, right? When
Shouldn't
Dyan,
do.
no. So intelligence-wise, that's for example. When Dyan was at university studying psychology, there was a set of questions posed to the student body at that time, which hadn't been ever answered or achieved in, let's say, the last 5 years. Dyan goes away,
I was determined.
solves the problem. She's determined. She's big-headed. She made a focus, but she
needed to prove
found the
it to
solution and
myself.
the answer. Not only did you prove it to yourself, but you surprised everybody around you. But why? Why should
They laughed.
Why should they? They laughed
They
at
laughed
you.
and they
Why
said,
should they be
"You?"
surprised? But then the dean, the head of the university, goes, "Well done, congratulations, you. What an incredible high achievement. You're very, very capable. You've got high distinctions, the highest grades of marks through your studies. So why should we go from a person who's incredibly talented, very knowledgeable, very capable, but because you pose, not
The
pose, but you
social
are,
lacking.
it's a social lacking, and just your demeanour and your presentation,
I don't.
they underestimate you.
Autistics don't have the same body language as neurotypicals.
But look at this way. You don't have to go around with medals on your chest to say, I'm the biggest, I'm the strongest, I've lived
It's not
life.
a competition.
It's not a competition. Shouldn't we all take each other at face value and respect each other anyway?
Let people do what they like doing.
Correct. Now, when you have people who are
See, I'm
you
an
employ
autistic.
to do that, that's
That,
important as
and
well.
I shouldn't even say it that way.
Yeah.
All autistics like to do what they want to do, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they're not when we're not having to do
Not
our
feeling constrained or
oh, I've
controlled.
got to have a shower. Oh, such a waste of time.
PDA.
Have to sleep, such a waste of time. When we're doing things
Yeah.
that we do have a break,
Mm-hmm.
let us do us.
Correct.
Let us do what we want to do.
Correct. And this is also one
Like,
of the...
we don't want to be learning our whole life. Do
Correct.
you know what?
Yeah.
I didn't just learn the ABCs 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to have conversations. I had to
Every
learn
skill.
how to smile. I had to
Every
learn.
nuance, every body language, masking and drop, you had to learn how to be a human
Overlearning.
being. Exactly. And you don't have to. See, this is why we have a very relaxed
Why don't
lifestyle
they come
at
to
home.
me?
This
when-
is why our whole Dyan's bedroom, our bedroom, I don't
But
care
this
about
is-
what colour she has or what
Yeah,
we're
but
doing.
this is
It's lovely.
also
It's
too,
fantastic.
people need to respect when you're invited to someone's home.
Private space.
It is a private space.
Private
You're privy
space.
to their private things.
Absolutely. And this is the thing about any sort of judgment. If you've got judgment, take them away. Okay, you're not asking for that. You're not even asking for help or guidance. And you're okay doing you, being the best you, however you want to do it. It's okay.
But everyone keeps making me feel like, oh, you know, let's work on this or let's work on that. And
I
I'm
would
like,
imagine,
what?
and I think I'd like to take a snippet of
Why?
what you've just said there.
I'm
I would
fine.
imagine, anyway, particularly in autistic,
I'm a fun seeker.
as they've evolved from childhood, adolescence, even into young adulthood, into older, if they continually be ABA'd by the people around them, told how to do it in
I
conditional
can't do
response,
it anymore.
that's
I
very
need space.
demanding. Exactly.
I can't do it. I'm too
Totally
old
over
now.
the top of that. Also, why we don't over medicalise your bedroom or our house, we have things hidden away and we beautify
And
it
it's not
to make
like
it a beautiful
my
space.
behaviours are difficult.
No, they're not.
You know, yes, there's certain accommodations that you probably have to
Oh, I
make
do,
for
but
my
that's fine.
autism and my OCD,
Yeah.
ADHD.
But I'm flexible
But
and I'm relaxed about
I do
that.
my best too, don't I?
Yes, you do.
So we meet with that. And that's all I'm sort of saying is I feel that the pressure's been put on me, and especially with all these big meetings coming up, which we can't talk much to you guys about yet.
You'll hear about them
The
soon
big
enough,
meetings
don't you
coming
worry.
up and
Very
things.
important things
And
going on.
it's very difficult because I'm expected to be someone that I'm not.
Now, I read to you recently, and even your doctor was having the conversation with you about this, about the clinical guidelines for 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. And even reading back to the clinical letter from your geneticist, actually explaining the fact that things need to be taken sometimes slower for you. You might need to have diagrams explained in a certain way, given more time to be able to participate at your own level. And that's from a medical side. And none of those things have ever happened. No one ever slows it down.
I don't
Makes
know
accommodations a longer period of time. Uses diagrams or uses language. Now, for me, okay, I've got a sports science background, but for me, even sometimes I'm challenged. I know my anatomy and physiology inside out. That's fantastic. But why should a layperson have to be bamboozled with these terms and references?
That's going on medically.
Simplify it down. Talk in a language that people can understand. Use the diagrams to explain. And just like you're learning as a child, as a teacher going to the whole class, you may not have learned that sort of way. But when they found the right way,
That's
just
what special ed
clicks,
teachers used to do.
and it works, and you surge ahead, and you become the person who at university level achieves some of the most outstanding problems in science that has not been answered or completed in years, if not decades, and yet you could do that.
And my exam.
Go figure.
My exam that we did one without multiple choice.
Right.
And I got like 94%, and I said, like she said, you know, what do you think made this one so much
different
for you? And I said, because multiple choice makes me question myself.
Exactly, because it's designed
Whereas
to do
this sentence paragraph answers.
You're writing what you know.
Yeah.
Clearly and answering a question without being obfuscated or confused or misdirected.
When I got invited in, I was very nervous because I was like, am I in trouble? Well, the head of psychology guys.
Did they make you sit on the bench at university?
No, they made me sit and wait for the head of psychology. Do you know how intimidating
it would have been. I know.
I didn't know what for.
Someone's asked a cleaner, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was for.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was for my exam.
Yeah. Well, it's a really good example and analogy to bring in. But I'm really getting the gist of how you feel.
Yeah, but I'm autistic. Stop trying to change me. I don't even want to change. If people don't like me,
accept you where you're at,
then
come to your level.
That's not a me problem.
No, that's
because we all get to choose
problem,
who we hang around.
Totally.
And everyone needs to make that choice for themselves. Sometimes at workplaces, no, we don't.
No.
But we all have to be mature.
No, you can ask for accommodations.
And you have to work around that.
And if it doesn't suit, they're not going to get the best out of you, but it also might not suit you that particular workplace. And look, this is one of the difficulty about why 87% of autistics don't get to have fulfilled long-term commitments in workplaces, is that challenge. Okay, it is very difficult. And
because of our straightforwardness, like this is the other thing. It's like it's very hard when it's easy and not. I'm not trying to be sexist here, but it is true. A man or a male autistic can say, "No, I don't want to do that. I don't like that. That's stupid."
That's a different.
Right, and they can get that annoyance out of them because they're straightforward. They're not gonna like sugarcoat it or whatever. You know, I don't even know why sugarcoating is a saying either, but people use it. You guys love it. I don't know.
We're breaking down all the sayings
but
and analogies.
Basically, if I was to say, as a female, and particularly like, because I'm so petite and everything, and I'm supposed to be sweet and nice and lollipops and stuff. So basically,
sunshines and unicorn.
If I say, you know, no, that's a stupid idea. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
If I say that,
very direct. Yeah.
Women get real. Offended, and then it becomes a fight.
But you know what? You don't actually start at that level, because sometimes they're not listening. You have to actually go to that level, and then they go shock. Maybe they should have listened, turn those ears on.
No, but that's what Tony Atwood says as we go from 0 to 10.
Exactly, the
very
psychologist,
but that's
clinical psychologist, specialist in female autism, based here in Australia.
We do try and say it in a nice way, but the problem is, Girl World operates on playing the game. Now, because I can't do that, my only option is the male way. No, that's fucking stupid. I'm not doing that. But that's not acceptable in Girl World.
Right.
It sucks.
It does, absolutely. Go back and have a look at our previous video on masking and autism as well. That's a very interesting sort of parallel to the conversation. What
It
if, sweetie?
affects your mental health.
It does. But what if you were to dress, I don't know, butch in black, rugged,
That's
you know,
not
cut your
me.
hair off, you know, put a trucker's cap on, you know, get some tats.
I don't.
I'm
I don't think I could pull that off. I think
No,
it was still.
because it's
When
not
I
you.
get angry, people laugh.
It's very cute.
My grandfather used to laugh. You laugh.
I know.
People laugh when I'm mad or I get really mad. People are like. So how am
but
I
I'm
going to
diffusing
pull
the
that off?
situation, I know, and I'm trying to calm the situation down. So it's a bit different, but it is coming from, again, these things that we see.
So I
of
need to get
size.
some tattoos.
You need to get some butchness happening, get some
No, but-
muscles, go to the gym.
You know what I want to get?
Yeah.
A tattoo of a forget-me-not.
Okay.
Because, you know, forget-me-nots can grow, like, everywhere. Through bitumen, through...
Very, very
Anyway.
strong, aren't they?
Very
So,
strong.
in this
Like
conversation,
me. I'm a very strong person. When I was
A
a very little girl,
strong,
I
clever,
was very
individual.
independent,
Mhm.
and I was a very independent young adult.
Yeah.
Even as an autistic,
You're
who was
also
totally
very-
out of my element.
but you're still
But I
capable.
was strong, and I got myself an education because I was raised to just have kids and get married.
Mm.
But instead, I chose that, yes, happily. But I chose a career too,
Mm.
and I took myself to tutoring, then to university. I did it myself.
You do it your way.
And so when people try and correct me now,
Mm.
I get a little bit like far out.
Yeah.
I have read thousands of self-help
She
books.
actually has.
I have studied thousands of human books.
She
Okay.
has.
So every human study that there is,
Mm.
like sociology, biology,
Anthropology, yeah.
anthropology, so
Philosophy, a whole
philosophy. I've done it all. Religion,
Mm.
everything.
lot.
Okay. I am who I am. This is Max.
Mm-hmm.
Me.
You've maxed out.
So if you don't like it,
Leave.
fine.
Leave
I
frankly.
just don't care anymore.
And that's okay. That's a good
And
attitude to
I
have.
could die tomorrow. I mean, the
Yeah.
way my heart is, I could die any
So you would want to live
day.
every day to your
What's
best,
the point
correct?
in stressing about these things?
There's not.
That's where it
100%.
has to stop.
Yeah.
Because I could die any day. Waste.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I go to bed at night, I'm like, maybe I should just get up and go do something, because you know what? I want to live
You will live.
to the best of my ability.
And that's
I've
exactly
got a list
right.
of things I want to
Yeah.
do, but I need to have energy to
Correct.
it. I'm very physically sick. I
And this
don't
is one
just
of
have
the
autism.
conversations that I have with the carers when we get new carers on board too. They need to be
Yeah.
able to do the legwork, the lifting, the hard work, so that you can use your limited
Well, I've got to have
time
my
and energy
rest and then
to be
action,
able to do
rest,
those good
action,
things.
rest,
Why take it up
action.
on vacuuming or mopping or whatever else when
Yeah.
if you're only going to get limited time in that parcel or that envelope of your battery for that day, you want to use that to the maximum.
But
potential.
I just want people to hear, like, if your autistic person is, in your eyes, not doing well enough, just be careful
Mm.
that you're getting that right, because us autistics,
have a lot of challenges.
we didn't ask to be born with autism.
Yeah.
And when we were born with autism, we have from day one been told, no, that's incorrect.
Mm.
No, that's incorrect. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. And when you're hearing that amount of criticisms,
Repetitively.
do you know how many criticisms we hear compared to a neurotypical?
Mm.
A lot.
Yeah.
And we have had to rise above that from a small child.
Exactly.
All of our
You
learning.
can amplify that by tens of thousands, and that
We
does have an
get
impact.
overloaded. So
Mm.
if you're going to keep criticizing an adult autistic, just be mindful, please.
Exactly.
And look at it and go, are they doing their best today?
And that goes for the people
Today
around.
they're doing
okay?
their
Whether you're
best.
the parent,
Maybe
or
they're
partner,
tired.
family,
Maybe they're
neighbour.
grumpy.
Yeah.
Maybe they just need like you to be away from them for a while.
Yeah.
You know, even our most loved people, sometimes we're like, get the fuck away from me.
Exactly.
I don't hate you or anything.
Yeah.
I just need some
Breathing space.
thought time. Like,
Yeah. Blank and forth.
autism is like, we have had to do 1,000 times more learning
Yeah.
than normal people.
It's okay. And it's okay to say, I've learnt enough and I'm okay
I
where I'm
don't
at.
want to learn anymore. I'm 50.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've got
I
my
can
toolbox.
die any day.
I'm very capable. I
I'm
know what I'm
very
doing.
happy just to like make the most of the simple things in life and live life to my fullest. I do not need like more autism improvement or and I don't really care.
No, but
because I know that I'm good enough.
Absolutely. But look, the places a lot of the time that we have to engage with,
I've done
there needs to be
the
more
work.
accommodations made, because you can't change who you are once you've got what
I've
you're dealing with.
changed as much as I can.
And the realities are
Absolutely.
we're seeing that there's not a lot, sometimes never accommodations made, and you're expected to perform to your full ability.
Need to come
Good
to
luck on that one, because it ain't going to work. Let's just be realistic and call that equation out. Okay, don't expect things that are impossible to achieve or do.
But so just keep that in mind if you have an autistic person that just seems to not be hitting the mark on a particular day.
Good conversation.
They're probably exhausted and like you
Autism,
have bad
burnout.
days. We all have bad days. So think of them. Maybe they're having a bad day.
Yeah.
Maybe they've got a headache and they can't tell you. And guess what? On top of that, just like I said, they've had to learn more than you. Okay, we did not know how to use a cup so easily.
Keep in
Okay,
context
we
the
had to
challenges
do
that they have.
cup drinking as a literal course. We had to do shoelace tying
Activities
up.
of daily living.
It's like a course. We had to learn to read an analog clock for years instead of a kid that can pick it up in 10 minutes. So sometimes I'm just like when you sort of told me to, shut up basically is what you said. I've had that so much because as a child I got everything wrong. So my mum was always shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. That's all I used to hear. You're stupid, shut up, you're stupid, shut up. And that's not his fault. It's not anyone's fault. But I'm just saying, a lot of autistics, because let's just break this down. We have this dreamy thing of autistic parents who are all bloody heroes and wonderful. Let me tell you some fucking home truths. Majority are not. Majority are not. Majority turn abusive because they cannot control their child and they do not ask for help and they struggle and the child ends up the scapegoat and they end up abused. So please don't think that every autistic child or adult has had the best environment or has been raised correctly. And it is not their fault.
Okay. And you're happy to let a lot of things go each and every day, as we all do. So
absolutely, I let a lot of things
go.
That's
a lot of tolerance and patience is
I am very tolerant, guys, and that's the problem with me.
Yeah, me too.
I'm too tolerant, and then I get to a point where it's like, and that's what I'm like at the moment. I'm facing, and it's because, guys, it's when you're fighting for your actual life. You don't look at life the same way.
No, different priorities.
You don't look at other people the same way. You don't look at your needs the same way. You look at your needs and you go, right, I'm going to meet these needs. There's not an if or a but. These are going to be done. I'm not taking no for an answer because life is too short and I'm here right now and I need to get on with it and enjoy it and whatever. And then to get all these things sorted because this is just rubbish. All of this like stuff that's going on is rubbish.
Exactly.
And if this was my last week on earth,
well, could you imagine?
That's not how I want to live it. So I'm just saying, like,
and the people out there will find out more about the systems that we're going through.
I'll tell you more.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of legal stuff that's happening, but it's good and it's going to be great outcomes, I feel. But it's a big journey and it has a huge impact.
Well, the journey could be turned into a bigger journey.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If that makes sense.
So you need to stay tuned for that one.
Sense.
So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell.
At the end of the day, just remember, autistics get criticised way more than neurotypicals. And it does get to us. And when we beat ourselves up enough, because we struggle in certain areas and certain days or whatever, and we know our days when we're not hitting the mark, and then on top of that, just functioning every day is hard for us, I think just remember that.
Yeah, good
just
points.
Remember that the criticism sometimes we just like we just feel like saying not today. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't want you to tell me how to do something today. I don't care if I'm doing it really awkwardly.
Okay.
Let me do it.
Yeah. That's right.
And so let that person, if you've got an autistic person in your life, if they're doing something awkwardly and you know they're not hitting the mark, just let them do it. Unless they're like irritable and they don't want to do it at all, let them off the hook. You know why? Just like you. You know, there's been times in your life where you've gone, I'm not doing this right now.
Yep.
I'm going to go and sit up the back for a while, enjoy the fresh air and the scenery, and then I'm going to come back in, and then I'm going to like face the task, or I'm going to like ask someone else to take over that task because I can't manage it.
Sounds good.
So does an autistic person. They need the same support.
Sounds good to me.
So let them off the hook sometimes. The ABA cannot be 24/7 every day.
No, and be very
They
mindful
will
of
crack.
autistic burnout.
The older
it's a
they
very real
get,
thing.
we get burnt out.
Absolutely.
We get irritable. We start getting rebellious. We start fighting back. That hopefully will help some of you anyway.
I hope so.
Because
I think any insight
I'm just
is a
sharing
good part.
my journey.
And that's exactly the whole idea of what this channel is about. It's about sharing Dyan's journey as an autistic, ADHD, OCD.
So this is
combined
like a
with
pre-meltdown. Haven't had a meltdown, but was heading that way because
But we're doing
I
things
had
to
hit.
de-escalate, to have conversations around
We're
it,
having
and
a
talking
social
about
story.
it.
We decided to
Social
bring you
story
in.
is exactly right. And by using social stories, we get to talk about and work and dig into things that are feelings. What's the causation? What's
Actions,
necessary
feelings,
to actually create that sort of
responses,
change?
changes,
It's a process. It also helps the learning curve.
It's
And
problem solving, and this is what we're not good
acknowledging
at.
that.
Like when I was at school with special ed, that was the biggest thing that they said to me is you're not good at problem solving, so I'm going to help you. And that's what I always need help with.
Yeah.
And that gets mistaken for I'm going to control you.
or take over from them.
Yeah.
And no, that means you lose independence. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this part of the social story and
If
conversation.
you can
with
relate,
that.
comment below.
Thumbs up,
If you've
comments
had
and
similar
questions.
experiences, or you
Absolutely.
know someone who's autistic and maybe this has helped you on how to approach them,
Having
because
insight to them.
maybe you might save them on their bad day and they might look at you and go, how did they know that I was having a bad day? Read their body language, because you guys can read us more. We can't read ourselves even,
Well,
let alone other
interoception,
people.
internal states, as well as alexithymia.
Yeah,
Not
so
knowing the feelings of
basically,
others.
if you can read it and then you can like give them that break, I promise you that autistic will look at you and go,
Also feel heard,
thank you.
will be acknowledged,
I feel seen.
validated for what they're going through, and hopefully it creates a change to help them feel better.
Yes.
Guys, thank you very much for watching the channel and this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you soon in another
Autism
episode.
rules.
It did.
It's not a bad
Bye.
thing. Bye.